Hi everyone, and welcome back to Whole You Coaching. I know you've been checking out our latest stuff and following us along, leaving us lots of comments. Today is a little carry on from our Pirate Animate, which I hope you enjoyed. It was pretty fun to make. This is all about the 5 simple killers of achievement, things that you need to watch out for that you might think you've got a handle on, but you really don't. So hang on for a couple minutes and let's really get into it. Today we're going to talk about those 5 killers: the wrong goals, having no plan, taking no action, not persisting, and then all the mental stuff that crawls into your head and makes it really hard for you to carry on achieving in any way, shape, or form. You know, people talk about the wrong goals all the time, and they talk about goals being way too high and way too low and being somebody else's goals. Those are all really, really bad things. But all of them can be navigated around quite simply, just by following a very simple discussion with yourself around the goal and how it fits together. And that's using the SMARTER acronym, which I talked about in the previous webinar. But again, it talks about the specifics of the goal, like what you actually want to achieve and how you're going to get there, how to make it measurable, how are you actually going to see that you're getting there. Make it achievable, meaning only time and effort will separate you. Making it realistic means taking into account all the rest of your life and how things fit together, how much time you have, energy, etc. Timeline just means that you've got a dead end date for the goal, a set date to finish it up. Has to be exciting, has to spark up your desire. You got to want it more than anything else. You got to be salivating over it all the time. And finally, you need to review and record it on a regular basis in order to follow the whole practice plus reflection plus correction equals perfection, meaning attainment. Okay, so that's one thing. Have that conversation with yourself to see if you're on the track for a good goal. Also, make your goals shorter term. If you're having trouble getting to where your goal is, shorten up the term for it. Most people find 3 months, 6 months, somewhere in that range to be a real good goal time. You know, it's far enough away that you got to work pretty hard to get there, but it's still short enough that you can actually envision yourself getting there, you know? So have a shorter term goal. Link it though to your long-term vision. Your vision should be 4, 5, 10 years away. You know, make yourself a great vision board. But remember, it's a painting in progress. As you navigate through life, things will change for you. And your vision will alter a little bit. It won't go totally out the window. You won't have to trash the whole thing and start a new one. It'll just alter a little bit, to meet up with your new goals, the new direction you're headed in. And really figure out your why. You know, why do you want to achieve this? What about this goal really fires you up? What about this goal sparks the desire in you and is going to make you work through all of the hard parts, right? Because remember, achieving is, pretty simple. It's just not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be able to do it. Everybody would get every one of their goals. That's not true. What gets people through is really knowing what fires themselves up about their goal. All right, the second thing that just chops people down is no plan. And it is so simple to get a great plan. It doesn't have to be super intricate. It can have as much or as little information as what you need, but it does start with self-assessment, figuring out exactly where you are now. Okay, that is critical. You must figure out right where you're starting from. I always use this example of if I told somebody from a foreign country to go to North America and find my house, they'd drive around for the rest of their lives, never find it. You need to know a couple things. One is you need to know where you're going. That's your goal, the address that you need to get to. 2, you need to know where you're starting from. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what map you have in your hands, it'll be wrong. You might be starting in New York and I give you a map of Texas. You're not going to get there. So you need to make sure, you start with self-assessment. You know what your goal wants to be. Figure out where you're at right now so you can make that plan on how to get to your goal. Think through your plan. Don't just, I'm going to just do this and maybe I'll do that and then I'll do some of this and then over here. Make a good plan. It's a roadmap. It'll have signposts along the way that'll show you that you're getting where you need to go. And it's really critical that you think through your plan before you really start going off in a off direction that's not actually going to lead you to your goal. In saying that, you do need to be flexible in the journey. Life throws a pile of curveballs at you. In my coaching, we call it max flex. Doesn't mean wobbling all over. Just means you need to make sure that no matter, no how, no way is something going to stop you, deter you, or slow you down from getting where you need to go. You're going to find a way around it. You're going to think outside the box. You're going to be creative. You're going to be successful each and every day driving towards your goal when you have a good plan. Okay, but be flexible. Stuff's going to happen. The stuff you do day to day, in the moment, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis are the most critical part. They can either lead you to success or lead you away from success. A great book on this is Jeff Olson's The Slight Edge, where he really talks about the critical decisions. Another one, Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. Talk about those decisions, those instantaneous decisions is where you make it or break it. And that's why we always, when we're working with people in the, elite sport and stuff, we always work on, staying in the now, because that's where you have the power to make decisions. Okay, so definitely daily stuff, most critical. And do and review always. You actually have to do your stuff, but review it to make sure you can do it slightly better next time. So always do review, do review, do review. It's critical. Next one. Taking no action. Well, this is definitely, if you don't take action, you're not going anywhere. Okay, if you don't start walking towards where you want to get to, you can't get there. And this seems so basic, but so many people just do not take action. And if they do take action, they take the wrong kind of action. They're heading in a different direction. They want to finish writing a report for their job, and they'll go watch a video on how to do better Excel spreadsheets, for instance. And all they had to do is write the report. They knew how, and they went off to do this other thing. It's not getting them what they need, right? So make sure we're doing the action. Now, action must contain these 3 parts, always. It has to be instant, because we need to do it in the now. Something we can do right now to go forward towards our goals. The action has to be super small so that we don't have any resistance to us. It doesn't bring up any fears or anything like that. Imagine we're walking along the trail and there's only one trail and there's this huge chasm in the middle of it. Are we going to jump across it? I don't know. I'd hate to fall to my death there, so I'd be a little hesitant. But if it was a crack in the sidewalk, we'd both step over it without even thinking about it, right? So make sure your actions are super small. And they need to be continuous, something you can do over and over and over again, improving it all the time. Okay, that's the whole idea of do and review, do and review. Make sure we're taking the right actions, make sure they're not throwing up any barriers in front of us, and make sure we're continuously doing them with improvement so that we can get to our end goal way, way faster. So really make sure taking action all the time. Doing always better than not doing. It's why, Nike and all those places, do it. Doing's always better than not doing. All right, going for a walk, better than sitting on the couch if you're trying to get in better physical condition or control your weight. Next one is persistence. Wow, so you got a great goal, you built a great plan, you started taking action, then you got to stick with it. When it gets hard, when it gets boring, when it gets cold out, when the rain's coming, you have to stick with it. I know a few years back when I built a 30-foot catamaran, big sailing catamaran, and there was lots of times in the middle of it, it took me 18 months to do, and there was lots of times in the middle of it where I just wanted to stop. I was like, maybe this is going to take too long, it's too hard, and I started to lose my persistence. It's real easy to persist when everything's going well, but if it's not, then you need to do some stuff. First thing is, trust your goal, plan, and actions. You've done a lot of work putting that stuff together. Trust in it. Just keep doing, okay? Persistence is all about just keep going. Then, inside your head, you need to block out those voices, both internal voices, meaning your own voice, and the external voices, the voices of other people that are saying, no, it's okay to stop, it's all right. No, it's not all right. Don't kid yourself. It's not all right. Learn to block those voices out. until you can listen to them without taking them on face value. Take them for what they offer you, but don't allow them to detract from your achievement. And finally, a good way to persist is do a review. Look at where you came from. Look at where you're going. Look at how far you've come. And review about what excites you about this goal. What fires you up about this goal? How does it attach to your vision? And that'll help. You can start to see, okay, I'm just going through a flat part here. I just need to stick with it, and it'll really take me where I need to go. Okay, so always persist. I can't say it enough. Quitters never win, right? Don't be a quitter. Then you've got your mental barriers, and this is the one that sneaks up on people, because even though you've got everything right, you're going along, if you go on autopilot, like you think everything's going along so fine, you can just, I can just ease off now and it'll just finish off on its own. It won't. All your old learning, all your previous little mental barriers, your potholes in your head are all going to come back. A good way to do this is every now and then empty your backpack. We all carry around this backpack full of preconceived ideas and notions and fears and doubts. Empty it out on the ground. Empty it out on the ground. You don't need it. Only carry in your backpack what you need to be successful on this journey. If you're going for a day walk out in the hills, you don't need to bring your tent and your sleeping bag and 5 days worth of food and a gallon of water and all that stuff. You're only going for a day walk. Pack what you need just for the day. Don't need to carry all that other stuff. It'll make it harder to get there. And then you won't persist and you'll stop. You'll turn around and come back. So empty out your backpack of all your crap that you're carrying around. You don't need to carry it. And it's going to be liberating. You're going to feel awesome when you dump that backpack out and it's like, wait, why was I carrying around that fear, that doubt? Why was I carrying all that stuff? I don't need it right now. Second thing is clear the way in front of yourself. Most of us can't see and we start to get confused because it looks like there's a forest of trees in front of us in our minds, right? Clear the way, cut down all those trees. That's what your plan, your self-assessment, your plan, and your goal and your vision are all about. Creating a pathway for you to follow. Will you ever stick right on the pathway? No, you're going to wander off all over the place. It's like a sailboat. We draw a mathematical straight line to where we want to go, but we're never on that straight line very often. The wind pushes us off, or we correct back onto it. We steer back onto the line. Wind pushes us off. Currents push us off. We steer back on. That's what life is all about, So really clear the way. So at least you can see where you're going. You can see the trail. It's nothing worse than I don't know if you've ever been lost in the forest before, but it is a very frightening thing. You have to get somewhere where you can see before you can start making your journey. Finally, some real good tips are to immerse yourself, to get rid of the mental barriers, immerse yourself in high quality. And it's a whole bunch of high quality stuff. Read, listen, and watch really good stuff. There is so much good stuff out there. I've already mentioned a couple of them, Jeff Olson and The Slight Edge, and Mel Robbins, and The 5-Second Rule. And there's books by John Wooden and Keogh, and all these guys written great stuff. Read, watch, listen. There's so much stuff out there to really get yourself immersed in high quality achievement mindset stuff, okay? In addition to that, surround yourself with other winners. They always say they can predict your income over the next 5 years by looking who you associate with. Well, of course they can, because we normally associate with people who are like we are. So if you're wanting to lift yourself up and be higher, you can fly with the eagles or hang with the turkeys. Isn't that what the saying is? You can roost with the turkeys or fly with the eagles. If you're an eagle and you want to sit and roost with the turkeys, well, you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff up there. So surround yourself with great people that want to head in the same direction as you. The achievement direction. They don't have to be on the same pathway as you. They just have to want to achieve as well. Okay? And raise the bar for yourself. Don't settle. Don't be complacent. Don't make it okay to fail. Don't make it okay not to do. Don't make it okay to not get there. Raise the bar for yourself. In 20 plus career in education, I found it didn't matter what the socioeconomic level of the student was, what their academic level was. didn't matter who their parents were. If we raised the bar really high for them, really high, and then made it so that they could understand how to get there, they would get there. Raise the bar. Raise the bar for yourself. You know, be a better role model for your kids. Be a better role model for your partner, you know, the people in your business, whoever. But raise the bar for yourself. Become an achiever, you know. Really go for it. So, 5 barriers, you know, wrong goals, you know, kick you off straight away. No plan, no action, no persistence, and mental barriers. They're going to crush you. I hope in this short webinar I've given you enough little solutions to help you navigate through those, you know, and come out the other side on top. Thanks for listening. Always check us out on wholeyoucoaching.com. Book a free session with Rachel or myself. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's always new stuff going on there all the time. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Leave us a message. I love it when people leave us messages. Try to get back to you as quickly as I can because it's really fun to, you know, see where you're at, hear how you've done, and, you know, help you go more forward in the future. Until next time, have a good one. Max Flex.